So, hello everyone. This is Denise Rollins, Executive Director of the Whole Heart Grief and Life Resource Center. And with me, I have Anthony AJ Jackson, who is one of our master coaches at the center. And we just want to let you know that we are super excited about this upcoming 21-day challenge. It is going to be, 3 weeks. The first week focusing on rest, the second one on replenishing, and the third on refocusing. And we believe that in times such as this, it is so necessary and needed. And we're asking people to go through as small groups or partners. AJ is actually going to be my partner in this process. When I was thinking of it, I could think of no one else. He's at times the yin to my yang.
Absolutely.
And so I just wanted AJ just to talk about what excites him about this process and why he thinks this would be a good thing for people who participate.
Well, I really believe that in like I said, in times of adversity or tragedy or phenomena, any of that, anytime that there's a shaking of the foundation of our very existence, people are seeking and searching for something. They may not understand what's necessarily going on. They have no clue as to why it's going on for the most part, a lot of the times. And so now they tend to look at things that are deeper than what we actually see. Mm-hmm. There has to be an answer, or there has to be a reason. And a lot of the times it starts right within us. Mm-hmm. We have to then start to look at where we are in the midst of whatever is going on. Mm-hmm. I also think it takes people, it pushes and prompts people to take a self-reflection. So it's exciting because most people probably never look at themselves mm-hmm. until there's a reason, mm-hmm. or there's something that forces them to step back and take a look at where they really are, or what they really believe, or what their stance really is, or what their appetite is for that matter. Mm-hmm. It always takes something to bring you to look at me. And so I'm excited about it only because I think the time is now. We're in quarantine. There's nowhere to go. You can't do nothing. This is a prime opportunity. This is when God really becomes big, mm-hmm. is in these moments where there's nothing you can do. And see, God operates in situations like this. This is where when they say that he becomes larger than life, it's in these type of situations because there's no confusion. When you start to do this work that is coming up in this challenge, I feel like that in the midst of that, we're going to see God become bigger than we ever had before in our own individual lives.
Yeah. You know what's funny, AJ, is I feel so strongly that yesterday God woke me up. Like mm-hmm. I was in my mind typing something. So I immediately went to my computer and I wrote this whole thing about sometimes it is in adversity that we really receive blessings. And what we thought was meant to destroy us was actually could be given to God to be redeemed to make us stronger, right?
Yeah,
and so absolutely. I about all these people I know who are always on the go, running from here to there. They have so many things on their plate. They have so many roles, and they never have a moment to even breathe or think. And now those people are stuck in many ways in the house with more time on their hands.
Absolutely.
Easily you could fill it up with stuff. And I feel like in that moment, God was saying, no, rest.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There are people, including me, who does not know how to rest because when I'm doing nothing, I feel guilty. I should be making myself useful. And that's why I thought rest has to be a part of it. And once I rest, then I can kind of replenish and refill and rebuild back what maybe I have lost. Yes. And then refocus my life so that when this is over, I live it differently, not running from event to event, but actually living differently. And so then I wake up, when I get done with that, I go on Facebook and you have written something similar that just aligns with that.
Yeah.
And I think God is speaking to us. Do you?
Yeah, I absolutely do. Because if you notice that throughout the Bible, anytime that someone got a real huge revelation, it was in a place of rest. They were in a place of rest. They would have been sleeping, or they've been meditating, or they've been doing this, because God is not going to compete with everything else that we got going on within our own heads. You know what I'm saying? So I truly believe that in this place, God done shut down the world for us to be able to really take a deep reflection on exactly who it is we are and how we operate moving forward.
Yes.
I just truly believe that.
Yes.
I believe, of course, I'm not, he has never caused this situation. But the simple fact is, I think you hit the nail on the head, where God will take what the enemy meant for our bad and turn it around for our good. That's scripture.
Yes.
You know, that's just how he operates. He will step into a situation that everybody else would think is damned, and he will turn around and bless it and then use it in our favor. Because that's just how much he loves us.
What I love, though, is God is a God of choice.
Yeah.
That means, yes, we're in these circumstances, but we still have to choose.
Yes.
So I love the Jonathan McReynolds song about make room, because I imagine it as my heart, that in my heart I got room for all these things, my kids, my family, and all this, and they all get my attention. But in many ways, God does not. And so I think this is such a beautiful time to make room.
Yeah.
Or even have a new heart where God is a central player, but I have to choose.
Yes. And you got to be intentional about the word.
Yes.
You know, strategic positioning is everything when it comes to God. You know, people are, and even throughout the scriptures, people were in the right place at the right time. They were strategically put there. They were intentional about being there in some cases. So it's going to require the work that we have to do of ourselves. And when you take one step, God takes two. Yeah. And so I really believe that that's what he's doing with this programs just like this. Strategic positioning, putting people in the right position to receive what he's about to do. Because we really haven't seen anything yet.
Yes.
Do you understand what I mean? And it's going to require us to have a significant relationship, some form of fashion with God and with ourselves, allowing God to do the work, because it's going to be necessary for the next phase of whatever this is going to be.
So what do you personally want out of this for you?
Well, one, I just really want to be able to maneuver everyday life and tragedy and adversity in a way that allows me to really sit and reflect on how I operate and how I move, because we are so reactive. I want to now respond. You know, and we're so reactive to everything. I want to be able to, instead of just immediately reacting to circumstance, I want to sit back and actually respond, think about what I'm going to do before I do it. And, you know, because I think that you'll get better. I feel like I would get better results. I would get a better outcome. I just think that it would be a lot better. And it would also save me mentally. Because then you don't have to double back and apologize for the things because you reacted.
Yes.
You know?
I feel like for me, over the last couple of weeks, I've been hearing two things. One is seek his face and hear his voice. That's the second one.
Yeah.
And I believe God speaks to me in words and phrases, and everywhere I go, I keep seeing one of the two of those phrases. So I'm hoping over the next 21 days that I really, by being intentional about the act of seeking his face, that in doing so, I will hear his voice and he will say what he wants me to do. Because I'm always searching for what you want me to do. Sometimes I'm planning all these things I want to do. Saying I want God to bless it, but I want to go in a different direction this time. I want you to tell me what you want to do, and I bless it with my obedience.
Yes, and I also believe, and I also am seeking for God to let me know how to deal with my child, with my mother, to be a better brother, be a better son, be a better father, be a better friend.
Yes.
You know, I believe that these are the times, because we'll really think about, we'll actually just react because of what we think is right for them.
Yes.
But I mean, how many times have we really consulted the Lord about how to deal with other people?
Yes. Yes.
And so that's what I in this process, I really want to learn how to be a better me overall, a better me, just a better me. And how can that would translate to the people that I love, because they're not going anywhere.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're there. They are part of my existence. So I want to know how to effectively have relationships and conversations and things like that. And I think that this is the time.
Yeah, I share that goal with you.
Yeah.
And what I love is that we don't know how this is going to turn out.
Right.
All we know is that we are following what we think God would want us to do, giving him this 21 days and allowing him to redeem it, that we are going through this as people are going through it with us, anybody who wants to join us. And that on the other side, to me, that's what faith is. I'm following, and I don't know where it's going to take me, but I know he's out there and he's drawing us. So we're going to follow it. And on the other side, we're all going to be able to say, this is what happened for me. And if it only is that I learned to just slow down for a minute, that's worth celebrating.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's just the hustle and bustle of every day.
Yeah.
We can miss so much.
Yes.
You know, you miss so much just in the hustle and bustle of every day.
You do.
And I just feel like this is the time to really hear him.
Yes.
The way we need to hear him.
Yes. I think this is the time. And I'm asking people to go ahead to sign up. The contact information is on the screen.
Please do. Please do.
Get started with this program, because it is, I already know I'm going to be blessed, not because I did it.
Right.
AJ did it, but because God has already been invited into this process, and anything that he touches is good.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not something I don't believe it's something that you don't want to miss. Yes. Because I just know that God is really going to deposit, and there's going to be I just know that he's going to do something amazing. Yes. Because it's absolutely different than anything. We can take our minds off of everything that's going on in the world and put our focus back in God and ourselves. So I'm just excited. I just know it's going to be awesome. I'm already just in opening conversation. I already feel somewhat inspired to move forward. So yes, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great.
All right. Well, thank you, AJ. And
you're welcome. You're welcome.
We are looking forward to everybody who's going to be part of this process.
Yes.